There was only one Karate Kid, and his name is Miguel Diaz.
Yeah. Get it all out of your system, Jake. All right. Let's get it
There
all
ain't no
out.
get it all out of your system. We literally predicted it was going to happen. In our last review, we said he was most likely going to get injured, and Miguel was going to have to step up and fight the GOAT. And not only did Miguel step up, he kind of destroyed him.
Right. He destroyed the
Yeah.
wall. He destroyed Jiren the Gray, bro.
Hey. I would think like Sam Russo had a little thing to influence on getting Axel's mind out of the competition. Like
Nah, bro.
It
He
really
just
didn't. All it did was make him not cheat. He walked in
Right.
even harder for that second fight
Mhm.
after seeing Sam.
That's true.
I swear, the one ongoing thing we realized is like, dude, those pep talks in between fights, man, those are
Oh my
freaking
god.
power ups,
Oh
man.
my god. No, we
What
gonna
the
talk
hell?
about. I got some things to say about that, but
Like who needs Miyagi's special, rubbing of his hands when you got a pep talk,
we'll get into it later. But I want you to realize, like on the enemy side, when the bad guys go to their coaches, they're like, all right, so this is what you got to do. You got to go attack him like this. He hits you like this, so you counter like this. On the good guy side, it's like, you're doing good. All right, you got to stay focused. And then you just he doesn't give him like any advice at all. It's always like pep talks and spiritual nonsense. Right.
Yeah.
So, but despite the villains getting actual strategy, they lose because they didn't get a good pep talk. And that's what it is.
I know, right? Oh, by the way, I also just finished the series like about half an hour ago, so still fresh, still fresh in my mindset. What happened? So
all right, yeah. So hi guys, it's the Fanatic Night Reviews. We're gonna be well, not reviews, just Fanatic Reviews, just Fanatics Review, and we're gonna be reviewing Cobra Kai season 6. We're gonna be reviewing the last 5 episodes and then the series as a whole.
How dare you strike with the intro before me, Jake?
Well, listen, it's our listen. For the reviews, it's not our normal nights. These are just the reviews. And you know what? You had a long day and you did the editing, so I thought I'd take this off your hands. I got you.
Okay.
Well, listen. Yeah. So you're here with me, Jake Tylenol, the one who knew the Karate Kid since the first episode. And yeah.
You're here with me, Cryptid Seeker 415. I ain't doing multiple intros back to back, so go ahead.
Bricky Wall here. I don't like it.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. And together we form the Fanatics -1, and we're not doing the whole long intro because this is a review night. We're just reviewing one thing, and it is Cobra Kai, the finale. So, like I said, we'll be reviewing the last 5 episodes and then also the season as a whole. You know what, Cryptid, you just watched it. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. There's one more thing I forgot to do, which will kill me if I don't do this. Here is our socials, our Twitter, the Comic Fanatic 69. Huh?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the Comic Fanatic 69 is
about it and just down.
Well, yeah, that's true. Comic Fanatic 69 is our socials. This is also Witch's personal stuff. You can follow Witch at Witch of Jotun on Twitter. On TikTok and Insta, it's Witch of Jotunheim. And also at Blue Sky and Tumblr, it's North Staria. And Red Note, it's Witch of Jotun. So, go follow Witch on that one. Anyway, yeah, so we got an exciting night today. And we'll start with Cryptid because he has the freshest eyes on this. What did you think of the last 5 episodes of Cobra Kai and the series as a whole, the season as a whole?
Okay. Well, I can only... Okay. I hated the fact that they separated this into 3 parts, because I completely blank off some of the stuff or some of my feelings towards, part 1 and part 2, I can only really base my reaction off of part 3 right now. And you know what? I'll say I was satisfied at the end with a lot of people having happy endings. I was really, for lack of a better term, blown away by the penultimate episode of what happened between Kreese and Silver, but we'll get more into that. I'm still in shock about what happened there, and I'm even more shocked that I'm like, yeah, is anybody gonna be reacting to this? Like, come on, like. So, yeah, I'd say I was pretty happy. Even my boy Robbie, even though he didn't get the win I wanted him to win, I'm still satisfied that he gets to go back home with the girl, which is something even Miguel, the Karate Kid, can't do, and he gets to get a job.
He
So
literally did.
happy ending. Yeah.
Miguel went to
He
Okinawa
literally
with
did.
Sam.
He went there. He followed her to Okinawa. He literally did that.
Oh, okay. I must have overlooked that part. So multitasking.
I think he said he was going to come back. I think he just said he wanted to go there with her for a little bit. He was going to go back or something like that.
He was with her for 2 months until his school thing. Well, then she's going to be back by that point anyway. She's not going there for college or anything.
I mean, like from a teenage perspective, parents, because I don't know if I'm letting like my teenage son that I adopted go overseas with the girl that he's clearly I'm just no adult supervision. That's kind of crazy.
Bro, is there a honeymoon? What are you talking about?
Hey, blame the teaching Miguel was taught, man. Strike hard, strike fast.
Strike hard, yeah.
No, it's literally Johnny. It's literally Johnny's honeymoon. Not gonna be there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right.
Okay.
I'm just saying, Danny. What about Danny though? Danny just said no. You can't go.
Okay.
No,
Danny can't stop her. Her plan was already set. Miguel was last year. You probably know Miguel's going.
Oh, that's crazy. That's true. If I was Danny though, I would have ran over there to say bye to Sam. I would have seen Miguel, and then I would have crane kicked him in the fucking face. Don't get on that fucking plane. I was like, damn mind. So,
I don't want to be the karate grandpa anytime soon. So
but yeah.
All right, those are my initial thoughts. So, all right.
As for my thoughts, I think so you brought up an interesting point. How they space these things out. I think that's what saved Cobra Kai from being like seen as like bad by a lot of people. I think by the time the next part of Cobra Kai comes out, people kind of forget like all the bad shit for the last part. So I think like these things don't add up. Like for me, every time I watch Cobra Kai, these things have been adding up for me. But I feel like for a lot of people, I can't say for sure. It just feels like by the time something new with this show comes out, people can just kind of forget because things just kind of become very repetitive with not just this part, but this whole season. And like characters are literally repeating arcs in part 2 and no one talks about it. But yeah, in terms of this part as a whole, it feels like there was a different writer for these last 5 episodes. Cause like you had things like the Kreese and Terry thing was like, this is like a whole different show. This is like a sci-fi action movie thing. And then like even the tone of the episodes is a lot different because I think part 2 is more like drowy and bleak compared to this one, just very uplifting and more in line with kind of the tone I think the show should have been from the start. In terms of these last 5 episodes, I liked them enough, but the fights were kind of letdowns. Even like all of them. I think like almost every fight here. I can't think of one I was like, oh, this is badass. Like, no, all of them are just kind of lame. No. I'm sorry.
We're down for the beat SS Saber. There's no time on.
No. I think actually the other one I did like was Tori versus the social media chick, but only because like her because her I don't know, but her win was so dominant. It was just hype. I just really liked it.
I like the nickname she got after that, man. But we'll get more into that.
But yeah, at the end of the day, I think the last 5 were okay, but they had a really hype moments, and I think that the season as a whole was really ass. But there you go. So Austin, you take it now.
I didn't like Tori's win. I don't think Tori win takes a lot from her, the way it went down, because it like I understand the whole thing that he want to put this balance bullshit, but not everybody needs that message. And I think Zara losing folks and getting beat because of that kind of lame at the biggest stage of them all, where it was supposed to be like their peak performance and stuff. So everybody just be off balance, and then The moment they get their balance, they just instantly win. I thought that was terrible. But every fight, it happened every fight.
In the exact same order, the exact same events would happen.
Cobra Kai will be losing. The villain will talk shit. They'll get a pep talk or a kiss, and then suddenly they're dominating the fight, and it's over.
Yeah. Oh my God! It didn't happen one time, audience. It happens pretty much in every major fight, really. This season.
No, except for Kreese versus Terry. That's the only time they did that.
Yeah, because it's literally just those two.
There was no pep talk to be given.
Kreese is the only person who lived and died by his own dojo's words, and not need some bullshit balance.
Well, you guys want to talk about the whole Kreese and Terry at this point?
I thought this fight was silly as fuck. Like, this was so dumb. It was like, it's only because this is the finale, this is the final season that this could be acceptable, because this was stupid.
I thought this was poetic that, hey, if those two had, if one of them had to die, it was more poetic that both of them died at the same time, Like, what a way to go. I love that final line, like, where Terry's like, no! And then Kreese finishes off with saying, mercy.
We were watching this with our friend Tony, and we the whole time, like, I still in the back of my head thought, is Terry gonna come back somehow? Like I I know they did.
Yeah, but they didn't show them actually die. We saw a boat blow up, and then no one reacted like they died later.
In the middle of the ocean too,
They did 2 explosions in the middle of the ocean.
They got like little boats, so they'll be fine.
They had 2 explosions. They had the one to tell you they died, and then they had the one to tell you, no, like, seriously, they died. But I still thought, like, man, like, I feel like Terry would show up, like, half dead just to see this fight.
Yeah, I mean, the whole finale, I'm like thinking, is anybody gonna be reacting to this? Like, when I saw like, what's his name, Johnny?
Problem with like Johnny going to the grave and then like, oh, it's back about my mom. Like, bro, you ain't talking about your mom. It's either one.
Yeah, I know, right?
For no reason.
I was waiting for the moment, like, okay, he's gonna put flowers in Kreese's tombstone, but no, we never got that. As far as we're aware, nobody knows what even happened to Terry or Kreese, and that kept bothering me.
Yeah, since Kreese, I had waited to ask, where's Terry, and no one knew. And a few days after the explosion, based on what they were talking about.
And it's unsatisfying. I mean, like, I said this last season. I did not want Terry to come back. Now, I understand seeing the whole season laid out before me in a story why he kind of needed to, but like, honestly, the way Danny beat him was just so definitive. It was just kind of like, it was a wrap. So bringing him back again, and this is the way he goes out, I was kind of like, I mean, it's funny, but like, as a story, it's kind of ass. Like, it's kind of terrible.
Yeah. Oh man, at that point, Terry just went so crazy. Like, I'll give everything up just to win this tournament, dude. Like, he sold his mansions. Apparently, he was about to give away his one and only yacht to just for his side to win this tournament. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Is that even a goal? Is that even a solid gold trophy at the end of the day? Like,
I was
like, I would have been absolutely fine with that. The idea that he gave all his rich for this trophy, then he's just gonna die alone, is kind of funny too.
Yeah,
I think my thing with Terry is like, he's just like frustratingly evil. Like, it was funny. Don't get me wrong, I was laughing. But like, it was also like, dude, like, stop. Like, like, this is just pathetic. Like, I didn't really feel anything from Terry anymore. It was just kind of like, I just don't like him anymore, even as a villain.
He's like that bitter old man that just will never. Yeah, at that point, he will never let go. At that point.
To be fair, that's how I felt about Kreese, despite everyone still liking him, because the idea that suddenly this student that he didn't give a fuck about or even talk to really died. And that impacted him so much. It's like, bro, you've been to war, and since the moment we met you, you've been trying to get the kids to kill each other.
Well, in Kreese's defense, like, he really doesn't have anything else in life to fall back on. Remember, dude was homeless, right? So, of course, he kind of wants to be absorbed in his student's life. Terry, on the other hand, dude, you were living the high life.
No. It's him being absorbed in his student's life is fine, but he wasn't absorbed in his life. He was absorbed in Tori's life.
Oh, okay,
He was like,
okay, yeah.
Tori, you're my Cobra. You're
He
my
didn't give a
queen
fuck about that
Cobra.
guy who died. I don't even remember his name now.
the mighty Quan. That's what he was
Gotcha.
called.
Yeah, like he didn't give one word to Quan. And after Quan died, he didn't think about the nigga at all. Like that dude did not matter.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
how did you how did you guys feel about? Was there any fight you guys liked? Like
For me, it was the Kreese and the Terry Silver one. I just thought that went out of a bang. I didn't expect it to go that insane, but I didn't expect him to die as well. So there you have it.
I think thematically speaking, I liked the Cobra Kai fights, but only in terms of like I liked the story idea. I just didn't like the fights themselves. Like I like the idea that the final villains were defeated by the Cobra Kai, like the original Cobra Kais, like Miguel and Tori, and Johnny. I liked that. That was like I got really hyped seeing that, and I was really excited to see Miguel
Yeah,
fight
but it
Axel.
felt like bullshit. They entered the tournament under Miyagi. No, they shouldn't have been able to switch dojos. It doesn't matter if they were one years ago.
I mean,
That shouldn't
this
have
was
mattered.
earlier. Remember, I know, but this was like earlier in the series. They already did this bullshit too. Remember when Cobra Kai was out the tournament, and they were like, "Actually, because someone cheated, you could come back in the
No, I'm saying
tournament."
that went down. It
It's
doesn't
like-
make it better. For you. That's why I hate.
no, I'm just like at this point, I just kind of accepted the bullshit. I was like, whatever, this is stupid. But
I'm just
but I'm saying,
the viewers from home watching you do just switch teams so they can bullshit their way to try to get a victory. I've been pissed off.
You would think like in real life, if this was being real life standards, right? This whole tournament would never go through after a kid died. Like even no matter who won, that's always going to be the dark blanket around this whole event.
Right.
After all, So
yeah. I don't even think this tournament should have been legitimized. To be honest, I really think it's just kind of like whatever. But I did like but I'm saying like I like the story theme of bringing it full circle back to the original Cobra Kai cast. The execution you could always argue is terrible, and I'd agree with you. But I also argue the fights themselves were a real letdown because I would have ignored all the stupid shit we got here to get to Miguel versus Axel. If Miguel versus Axel was hype as fuck, if that was actually like a really high fight, I wouldn't even cared how we got here. But that fight again is just like oh no, Miguel's unbalanced. Miguel, by the way, who's been the most focused person this whole season up until now, which was like really annoying.
Oh, my girlfriend's going to Okinawa. For some reason, she didn't tell me because she's an asshole.
So,
yeah, you want to talk about the girlfriend, man? Because like the entire time I kept trying to see things from Axel's perspective, and I'm like, he has feelings for Sam, but to me, I'm like, dude, this is barely a summer romance, man. Like, how did you let this woman get so deep in your head?
You don't get to say that. You don't get to say that. Because when I said that down tier list, y'all act like I was unreasonable. I don't want to hear that shit from you.
Okay. It's been a while since we saw the last. So
I still don't blame Axel for having a crush. I don't blame him for being a little weird. My problem is you don't get much of Axel after part 2. That was my issue. Yeah. I think my stand, if I remember correctly, I think I said I was like, yeah, I could believe that he would fall hard for Sam as like a teenager who's going under abuse and stuff like that. He just latches onto a girl who's also like really nice to him. I think my issue is like there's just nothing else, but like there's no fleshed out of that. There's no details about Axel.
I mean, to be honest, I would think like the fact that the last person you fought ended up getting killed would kind of want to be his character arc. Like, oh, okay, I'm scared about fighting somebody because I actually ended up being involved in the death of somebody, So, but that didn't go through.
Which is a good point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, he did. He is technically responsible for Kwan's death, even though Kwan did it to himself. But from Axel's perspective, like, does he feel any guilt about that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then like, and there was all this stuff of the abuse, which was like, it was there, but it's like, we don't really focus on it. I don't know why Axel's in this position. I don't know why all the other Iron Dragons are here, to be honest. Why are they on Team Silver? I think my problem with them is like they get abused so hard. Like, who would want to put up with this as a dojo? Like, just go somewhere else. Like, you know what I mean? But
all three did was prove everything I said about these characters and their placing on that list, which was very low, as accurate.
Gotcha. While we're talking about the Iron Dragons, you guys want to talk about Zara?
She served her point, and that was that. She did her thing, and then she lost. That was it. So,
Yes. Dude, that's we did basically have a crane kick moment in this series, man, because like I can imagine that whole her getting her tooth lost by Tori, that's gonna be following her for life, just like the crane kick followed Johnny for life.
she's gonna be the new Johnny Lawrence.
My
She'll be the new
problem
Johnny
is
Lawrence.
though that she already did. Tori already did that to somebody in the tournament. She did it in part 2.
But no, she needed to defeat Tori in this situation, you know? Yeah.
That doesn't change what I said. Like, I'm saying they should have did something else and just knock her teeth out. Because Tori already been doing that since the tournament started.
Yeah, I guess
I don't remember the character she did that to. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that's just gonna be
She
satisfying.
did it to that girl in the second round. She kicked her teeth out. She kicked that girl teeth out when they were doing a team battle with Quan.
She kicked Zara's teeth out?
I said a girl.
Oh, a girl. Oh, okay, my bad. She said sorry.
A girl, but Tori needed to do it to the girl she actually wanted to do it.
So they should just cut
this. Doing it to a girl doesn't make it more impressive that she did to Zara.
Actually, no.
Better.
I think we should have done this in reverse. I think we should have taken that one out and then just have the tooth kick save for Zara and just replace that with something else.
I think that would be fine too. But the fact that it was already done, it's like I see her do this. It doesn't boost Tori up because she did to Zara. I don't think our teeth are more durable than other girls for some reason.
Okay, see, this is why I'm upset that they had to separate this into 3 parts because I'm forgetting minor
I don't remember
details
this.
like that. Yeah,
I don't remember this at all.
I only remember that. I only remember because that's why I had Tori in S tier, despite like her agitating me because she was the one who had the best fight moments for me in part 2. I went back and watched our review while I was at work. That's all I remember.
Oh, okay. Gotcha, man. I probably should have done the same thing too. So I was super busy trying to catch up with this finale. So yeah. Zara served her purpose. She got her butt kicked by Tori, and we never see her again. You know.
No.
Don't be surprised if she gets to
at least like the Twitter fallout. Her whole thing was like her standing and being loved, and I get that. Oh well, people in the arena don't love her as much as Tori. Or she was trying to lie to Tori, say they don't love you. You know, people cheering for her, call Tori the best. Like the moment you walked in the room.
There's a sign in the stand before Zara says anything about Tori. There's a sign in the stand. You can see it in the episode, and it says, "I love you, Tori." Like it's
there were multiple signs, man. Which is even more insulting when this is a Tori's hometown, and even here, Zara has a legion of fans in attendance. You know, like dang.
Right. Yeah, it's basically for the YouTuber though. I don't think that's fair to a fair thing to say. Comparison.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the Iron Dragons. I think they're too blank slatey. I mean, like Axel. Like I said, Axel had the potential to be something, and I'm not saying he needed much. Just like a scene or two to really say, like, hey, this is what really is driving him as a character. So the fact that they didn't do it and then he lost the way he did was kind of like just disappointing. Zara again, Zara's fine. She did what she had to do. I don't really care about her, but
I'm seeing like 20 years down the line when they eventually want to revive this series yet again. Axel is going to be the Mike Barnes, and Zara is going to be the Johnny Lawrence.
She's back in the game.
See her hitting the bottle. She lost all her looks, all her fans, and like, dang woman. So yeah.
And I guess you could argue that in the original Karate Kid. And the original Karate Kid, the villains were just kind of like, well, no, because I would say Johnny, by the time Danny and Johnny fought, you understood like Johnny had a lot going on, but like you were just rooting for Danny.
I'll say this. Oh, geez. Now that you brought up like the originals, I'm like thinking like, okay, Iron Dragon, yeah, they're pretty much mirroring the Cobra Kai because like even Sensei Wolf, he kind of pulls a crease and says like, you're a disgrace, student Axel, or something along that lines,
Yeah. But yeah, I think those original villains, I mean, there were nothing to write home about, but they had enough to where when the final showdown happens, like you feel the weight of it. I think Zara is the only best example because she she kind of you kind of get enough about her. Like she lives in this like social media shit. Like it's her entire life. So if she lost this would be like to lose to Tori would be a devastating thing for her. But again, when it comes to Axel, it's like his story's just not finished. Wolf is literally just the final boss. Like there is no character for him. He's just the final boss character. So, I guess you could say that was what Mike Barnes was, but I think in Karate Kid 3, it was really Terry Silver was kind of the villain. So you kind of understand like in his relationship.
The point of Karate Kid 2 was not Mike Barnes, it was Terry Silver.
Yeah. I go. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, I think Chosen was, Chosen was the guy. He was that dog. But I guess when it comes to the Iron Dragons, they're just kind of like knockoff Karate Kid villains, and I don't think they're that interesting. So
especially since we sacrificed Quan just for them. Then, god dang, Quan was such a letdown at the end of the day.
Say it again.
Wait, what was that, Austin?
You've heard Kwong wasn't that interesting either. He has one cool scene in part 1 that people hyped up, and other than beating Robbie in a kick, he lost every fight he was in.
It's true.
He was built up to be the final boss, man. But look, even though he died,
he really wasn't. In part 1, he had a hype scene, and in the second part, he spent most of the time.
Yeah, but that scene is
Axel, from the moment you meet him, you understand that's the big threat.
That scene is to set up when the kids go up against Cobra Kai, he's supposed to be a big threat, only for him to lose every fight. Like he doesn't just like win a fight. He beats everybody at his camp. And it's top of the fact that they showed the Cobra Kai kids are more coordinated than what we saw from Miyagi-Do. So by the time he gets to the tournament, he should have been a bigger deal, but he just wasn't for some reason.
You want more insult to injury. You see how fast all of them just basically moved on after his death. I'm like, dude, seriously?
No one knew the nigga. They didn't know that guy. He was an asshole. They met him one day.
No, still the fact that kid died, man. Like that doesn't happen.
Like, kids die all the time.
Not in tournaments. What are you talking about?
No way, man.
And they actually tell you, kids, people died a lot.
They died in the past. This is like we're talking about like the modern day where it doesn't happen that much. These kids have never seen death in a tournament before.
I'm saying in general, kids died.
Not in karate tournaments. That's what we're saying.
Exactly, Austin.
It's a common thing.
I didn't say it's a common thing. I'm saying kids' death in general is a common thing. I don't care if it's karate term. That doesn't change that fact.
The average kid doesn't see people die on television or in karate tournaments.
Exactly.
And then
that's not well, yeah, okay, if you want to say that, but you were saying it like, oh, they should just move on. It's just like a kid died.
Oh, God, no way.
It's like what?
A kid that they did not really know and was pretty much asshole to them died. That's it.
Yeah,
they shouldn't.
But he died over this beef they've been having for years. Because it took a beef too far.
It would have been because Axel broke his neck or something. Jake, it would have been different if Axel like broke his neck or something. This kid tried to stab him and then killed himself. I don't give a fuck.
Disagree. I hard disagree. This is
another red flag for kind of for this whole tournament never being able to outlive what happened to Quan. Him bringing a weapon, this and that, and killing him.
Well, to be fair, he didn't bring it. He just didn't take responsibility for his own stupid ass actions.
Right. Yeah. This is a bunch of kids having a beef for years, and it culminated in a child dying. That could happen to any of them. The fact that they were so ready to go back to the
this is not the result of This is not a result of kids having a beef for years. They didn't know Quan a fucking week ago.
It's not. No. The whole thing about Cobra Kai versus Miyagi-Do is the beef. That was Kreese's whole thing. This is all because Kreese started this shit.
He didn't think about Cobra Kai. Then Kreese just told him to do something.
No. Okay, well, we're moving on because this is just insane.
We're going back and forth.
That didn't change anything. Quan was not in Cobra Kai when all that stuff was going on. He had none connection to the beat. He was just in Cobra Kai.
Yeah, he's on Cobra Kai, the Creases team.
And the person who killed him wasn't even my guy Joe, but the beef wasn't with the.
Yeah, it was with Terry Silver, a part of the beef. It's with Terry Silver's team. What are you talking about? This doesn't happen without Terry Silver, Crease,
No. Axel's on Terry Silver's team. Yes, but that's not why he died.
But they're all here because of this. That's what I'm telling you. This doesn't happen without any of them.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
I think it does, but we got to move on.
Okay, we're going to move on.
Jake, how about this thing? No. If it mattered, the show would address it. It didn't matter.
It didn't matter because the show's badly written. It's a badly written show. What are you talking about?
The people died.
That was karate fight.
Had you do it?
Remember when Tori came in and this was about her mom? All of a sudden, she doesn't care about that at all, and not even Amanda cares about her mom anymore. Like, what are you talking about? There's so many plot holes. There's so many plot holes in this show, and you're saying this is the proof? What are you talking about?
I didn't say no. I didn't say it was the proof. I'm saying it did not matter to these characters, and this is the proof. It did not matter.
A lot doesn't matter to these people that should matter. What are you talking about? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, Jake. Because in real life, this will affect them. That doesn't change what I said. In the show, they didn't care about this guy. They didn't know this guy.
Right, that's fine. We're just saying that's a problem. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I'm saying it's not a problem.
Okay.
Well, we'll agree that there's a
I played football, and some of the other team died because we were fighting. I don't give a fuck. I didn't care.
We'll just agree to disagree. We'll agree to disagree. We'll agree to disagree. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Going forward, so let's see. We talked about Quan. Who else to talk about? Johnny? You guys want to talk about Johnny?
Johnny was cool. I think he had a really cool scene with Kreese, but I think I said it when I watched it. I was like, I feel like this would have been better if it happened a lot sooner. I feel like conversations that should have had like the first season he shows up or something.
Yeah, I just like the scene, like, of him crying to Kreese and just letting it all out because, that was just all built up in him for years. You could tell that, so it was great.
It was. I thought it was well acted. I really showed like I don't know Johnny Lawrence's actor's name, but it really showed that he was like he did convey the emotion of like I needed a father and you just like abandoned me and you hurt me.
All the more reason why I wish we could have seen the Johnny's reaction to Kreese's death, because at that point I would imagine like Kreese will kind of be his Miyagi, like how Daniel is affected by Miyagi's death. Well, Johnny will be affected by Kreese's death. But but I also have to remember this is the finale, so a plot point like that would have to be expanded upon in a season, but we know that's not going to happen. So
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think what else. I think at the end of the day, I think my problem with this season as a whole comes down to, again, it's like it's just poorly written. It's just trying to get it's kind of been a problem that I guess you could say it's grown since season 1. Like season 1 was fine, but there was always Cobra Kai has a problem where it needs to create beef, like it needs to create drama just for drama's sake. And I think it got worse as seasons go on. But I think that became acceptable when the fighting was cool and the payoffs were good. I think like once we got to this season, it's like even the payoffs weren't really hitting like they used to. So I am glad that this is kind of it. This is kind of where we ended. I would have just ended it on a movie, to be fair. But but I think this is fine. If we have to say this is where it kind of ends, it is what it is.
I mean, hey, all the characters that we followed ended up getting their own form of a happy ending at the end of the day, so good on them. Let's see, who do we need to talk about? Daniel, how do you guys feel about him during this part?
I actually really enjoyed his character this part, honestly, but
it was weird seeing him in the Cobra Kai get up. I'm like, oh wow, I never thought I'd see this again. So okay, but he did it for Johnny at the end of the day, so I'll give him props for that.
Yeah, and it showed growth. It showed that like this didn't mean anything to him anymore, which is like I know I'm confident in the lessons I've learned, and I know these kids know better, so they know what to do, when to do it. So like I don't need to be so protective of this anymore. I could just let Like I understand who Johnny is, I understand who these kids are, I understand myself. I can wear this and it still be okay.
Yeah.
Again, this should have happened. This should have happened sooner, but we're here.
We need to drag this on. We need to drag it on.
Yeah. Honestly, this is kind of where I wanted Danny's character for a long time, but yeah.
Gotcha. Robbie, do you have any thoughts on Robbie, Austin, and Jake?
No, this part not really. He kind of didn't really accomplish much.
Yeah, he had to be the sacrificial lamb. Audience, I'll give them that. So,
which we told you was gonna happen, but
okay, yeah, it's because it's not like the world over. He was shitted on him enough already, up to that point,
It felt like he got a pity W at the end. We're like, and like Tori, you're gonna be an instructor, and also that's your boyfriend. I guess he could do it too. So,
like, oh my god, if only Robbie had one more pep talk before his fight with Axel, dang.
Yeah, they should. If only they could have given the Karate Kid 3 pep talk, and then he would have been fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, like, come on, Chosen or Daniel, you couldn't just rub your hands and at least try to heal his leg.
Well, they addressed it. They said it's the healing hands don't like it. They just kind of toughen you up, but they're not gonna like fix something that's completely broken. So,
you can always try. All right.
No need to give them false hope, I guess. No,
Yeah.
So,
let's see. Chosen. How did you feel about the resolution of his story?
I felt like it was. At first, I was getting mad at it because I didn't know where it was going, but at the end, it's like, yeah, it's kind of where you expected it to go.
Yeah. I mean, I would have definitely loved it if he did end up with. Oh, jeez, I forgot. I'm blanking on her name already. Yukio. What was her name?
Yukiko, I think. Yukiko.
Yukiko. Right. I would have liked it, or at least get some resolution as to who was at her house. That pool guy, that party kid. Yeah. What happened there? Was she just lending it to a relative or something like that? But we never got a resolution.
Yes, he did.
To that.
He literally says, "I'm seeing someone." That was that guy.
Yeah. So we don't. Yeah, we have to assume it's that guy because that's the only guy it could have been, at least that we're aware of. So.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, he looked awfully young. I didn't think that was her actual boyfriend, but
I think Austin said that too. I think Austin or Tony said that too.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Go Wikio, So, as far as Chosen settling down with that, damn, what's that other lady's name? The one that's
Yoon. It's Yoon.
Yoon.
For someone who just started, you asking a lot of questions. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, it's all right. I had to multitask. All right, I had to speed watch the last 2 episodes. All right, so all right. As for her, I wasn't expecting Chosen to go to her place, but here we are. I guess that was his version.
You weren't expecting him to go to her place after they spent a whole season getting together and having sex and stuff.
The one stand.
Yeah, but it meant so much more. They clearly were into each other. They were like,
yeah, they were clearly teasing these two to be together. I don't see why it's so straight for him to go to her house after getting his heart broken by the other woman.
Sure. I guess.
But just know that she's second place. She's second place because he absolutely would have gone for what's her face, Yukiko, if he could.
She's basically his consolation prize.
But she doesn't have to know that. So
yeah, I guess. So let's see who else. Sam, her story. Yeah. She gets to go to the college she wanted. So there's that. Good for her. Oh, how do you guys feel about the whole resolution to Miyagi's story? After Daniel's mother gives her the pearl necklace.
It was just kind of Danny just learning like, oh, he's just a complicated guy. So I was like, yeah, that was cool. I guess that up.
But the whole time he's thinking Miyagi was a thief or he killed somebody, this and that. But then all of a sudden his mother had the answer to his story all along. Like, wait, what?
Yeah. Huh. Well, he told her the story, but had no reason to tell Danny. So I know.
Could he have written a letter to the mother to give to Daniel and everybody else, or when she passed on the necklace? I mean, just saying, you know. So
Nah, she remember the story. She is the message. But
yeah, I guess. But you know, at least you know why Miyagi did what he did to get that necklace. So let's see who
how'd you
else.
feel about Johnny's? How'd you feel about Johnny sweeping the leg?
Oh, you see that fight he had with Wolf, dude. I think I forgot who mentioned this, but I thought it would have been poetic if you know in trying to taunt Johnny, uh, Wolf would have wanted to defeat him with the crane kick. You
I
know,
thought he
because
was going to. I thought he did all these
yeah,
complicated movements. I thought he was trying to do
yeah,
it, but he just did.
to further taunt him, you know. But then that could have also been such a big character moment for Johnny for him to block the crane kick, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, instead he just you know learned from it because like you know how he lost to the crane kick in the first place was that he went up to his opponent, so he just used that lesson to have his opponent come up to him this time, you know.
Yeah.
So all right, there was a learning curve there. So you know, good for Johnny. Good for
Mm.
Johnny. Let's see what else. We already talked about the pep talk power ups, right?
Yes.
So
Yes. Problematic. I mean, there also it's the flashbacks too, because they've been doing that, I think, since season 2 or 3. I think season 2 or 3,
yeah,
they introduced the flashback power-ups, which is like if you have a flashback to a character moment, you just get like a super surge of power and you can just beat anybody you want. Uh
That-
so
that's true. That's true. Um, Dimitri and Hawk. Um,
um they're just kind of
Binary
ignoring
Bros
all
for
of them.
life. Binary Bros for
They-
life. You know.
Oh, they made that stupid VR headset thing that didn't make any sense. I remember that shit. That was really
Oh,
dumb.
that was weird.
It
I
also
I don't
doesn't
think I've
it didn't make sense because they were saying, oh, this is gonna help you to fight Axel, but it's using Miguel's body, which isn't the same height and also isn't the same bone density or muscle mass or anything. So
I
I don't
know.
understand how this is supposed to help
I,
Robbie.
I think from what I'm led to believe, like the headset that Miguel was using was commanding Miguel to do moves that Axel
You hear
would
you sound
do.
right.
Huh?
You hear you sound
What was
saying that
that?
right.
How I sound? What?
Do you hear yourself saying that these two
Mm.
kids made a headset that was going to direct Miguel how to move like this faster, stronger opponent to him, in the exact way this
Hmm.
character was going to do it, so Robin can fight him.
Yeah, I know. They needed to prove their brains, I guess, you know. So, hey, Dimitri Hawk training equipment for the future audience. There you
It felt
go.
like it was better training for Miguel because he was at least being told the moves that Axel might use. I guess, but
And all Robbie was being told was how statistically he was going to lose. Like,
yes, he had a
God.
16% chance of winning, and that was absolutely fucking right.
Yeah. I can imagine you were drawing pleasure in having showing those numbers to him, Jake. So,
And listen, they were
uh,
just telling him how it was.
yeah, true.
Mhm.
Tori, how'd you guys feel about her story in this?
I thought we went over Tori. I think Tori was fine.
Yeah,
Like I said, I just don't like.
I'm,
I thought her fight was the most entertaining. I just, other than
yeah,
that.
I'm so kind of disappointed they never brought in the girl Karate Kid like in
Oh,
any of the seasons, you know?
Austin, did you say that like they tried and they just couldn't do it or something? I thought you said something like that.
That's the guy said. Yeah, director said he kept trying to figure out a way to bring her in. He just couldn't do it. That's why she should have
Mm,
just been Tori's mom, but they killed her off.
Yeah,
mm,
yeah. That was just sad. So I
mm.
mean, especially since this whole Cobra Kai series was doing its best to like faithfully bring in characters and plot points from the original Karate Kid, and giving satisfying resolutions to them. So that yeah, I guess I couldn't bring in all of them. So
Mm.
um, yeah. Is there any other character we haven't talked about yet?
How about
Uh,
Devin and How about Devin and the other guy being straight up cut out this last 6 episodes?
Oh, Devin and
Kenny.
Kenny, yeah.
Kenny, yeah.
Yeah.
Kenny got
Again,
brought up
probably
in
have-
one fight, and then immediately none of it mattered again.
yeah. Just it struggled to have screen time in these situations, audience. You know, so
that's the problem with having keep adding characters over the course of the series when the ending can only be between like a small group of like 5 people. So,
yeah, pretty much. You know, so I mean, it's what it is.
yeah.
Let's see. We got to see Stingray. He's now going to be one of the senseis at Cobra Kai. So I guess good
That
for him.
weirdo.
What's the worst
That's
thing he could have did?
Right, that's a weirdo, bro. That dude is weird.
Yeah.
This,
Yeah.
How do you
this is a guy who took random kids into the woods under a name he didn't own to teach them bullshit karate that he didn't even master yet.
Yeah, that was fucking dumb.
Let's see. Yep. Who else? Dude. Yeah, I guess we really went through all of them. You guys think any of this will fall through in the Cry Kid legacy? I mean, I think we
Nah,
know the
probably.
answer.
No.
But still,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Different set of writers at the end of the day, you know. So
I guess we'll have like a Danny who's more at peace. I mean, you could have just said that anyway. You could have just not had this series, and Danny could have been at peace. But you know, you know the road he took to get there, I guess. But
Mhm.
It's one of those
well,
moments where it's like, oh well, this character did all this, end up right back where he started.
yeah.
He was at peace at the beginning of the series before Johnny opened up Cobra Kai. Now he's at peace again.
Yeah.
I did like the ending of this though, where like Chad Daniels like having a flashback to catching that fly at the chopstick man, and he was like about to do it again, only for Johnny to come in and swat it himself. Like I thought that was funny, So yeah, I mean, I think we pretty much went through all the characters and all the plots in this season. Not season. The last third of a season, So, is there really much to talk about that?
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have to switch communication stuff. Yeah, like I said, I just think it's a terribly written season. And I think just having those moments that you kind of wanted from the series, but a lot sooner. But just having them there, I think, was enough to save these last 5 episodes, but not enough to save the season. The season is still like very, very bad. Just to get here, characters just having to constantly regress and relearn things they already know. The whole balance thing, making fights very predictable, so they're not really engaging to watch. Except for the Miguel one, where Miguel fought like 2 people by himself and then won. That was still like one of the best moments ever. But yeah, it's just like anytime like the series was falling back into its old formula, which was getting old at this point, it really just held back the series as a whole. I think as a final season, they probably should have taken more risk, honestly. Because even the whole like fight, even the whole like brawl they did like in the last part, the part 2, it was cool. It just wasn't. It didn't hit the same. I don't know. It just wasn't the drama that carried the school fight wasn't really interesting here. So,
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, just a poorly written season. But the show's over, so it can't go further than this. So.
Gotcha. Yeah. So overall, guess we'll wait to see what happens in the next Cry Kid Legacy if we have a proper, satisfying ending. So yeah.
Shout out to Miguel because him almost dying, breaking his back, and people didn't care. Besides a week later, outside of Johnny, he's a real one. Shout out to him. I'm just saying, the character people actually like, and they moved on from.
Yeah.
Dude, to be honest, I forgot about that whole back-breaking scene until he had a flashback.
You forgot? They brought it up in this season.
That's why the Kwan thing. That's why the Kwan thing didn't mean anything to me. The character they barely do die because their best friend almost died, and they took the fuck after a week.
there's a difference between an injury and a fatality, man.
Actually,
Come
no.
on.
Because if I
Yeah,
remember
that's
correctly,
no difference depending on how you know a character. How much you know a character.
What happened with it was so bad they nearly canceled karate in the valley, if I remember correctly. How that went.
Yeah.
No, the people did, but not the friends and stuff. The friends were all still ready to fight about it.
Because they were still mad at
Oh, and we
He
lost
cut out
Jake.
great 10 out of 10. Thank God. Interview.
Oh, well, let's just give our final thoughts on this. See if there's any chance of Jake coming back to strike one last time. Okay, Jake's back. Yeah.
I accidentally pressed the wrong button. They
Okay.
They're still wanting to get back at each other.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I said, yeah, I don't know. I kind of cut out, so I don't know where we are anymore.
Okay.
I don't think Cobra Kai was a great show. I don't think I'm gonna look back on it like, well, this was a classic. I think more seasons are bad than good. And I think when it gets frustrating, it gets fully frustrating.
It really does.
To be honest, I think this show reached its peak when I think it was the third season where the finale was of Johnny joining Cobra Kai under Kreese. Specifically that last shot of Robbie with Kreese, Sam with Daniel, and Miguel with Johnny. So much built up, so much anticipation, but then afterwards it started getting rocky after that. So
What would you guys
should have
say?
ended with Terrence Civil Wars, in my opinion.
No, I agree. I agree. I would have liked a movie afterwards, but if they were doing another season, hell no. There was like no reason to do it.
If I did a movie, it would have been more just about Johnny.
God damn it! Now Austin cut out.
My next.
Yeah, I guess.
But nah, dude, if I did a movie, if I wanted them to really follow up on everybody reacting to Kreese and Terry dying, Daniel, would he be satisfied now that Silver is officially gone from his life? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't think Miguel was hoping that he died, but So.
No, but we're talking about a movie after like season 5, like after like we beat Terry the first time. You know what I
mean? Oh, okay, yeah.
So,
all right, then.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think my movie kind of would have been like, I would have been focusing on Danny and Johnny, maybe getting the dojos together, maybe one mini tournament in the valley. I don't even know if I would do a tournament because these kids take it too far. I don't know. But
I don't want the plot points repeated, man, because I know everybody's like happy and all that stuff and working together, but damn well the next time there's a tournament coming up, all hell's gonna break loose, So
I just think where did Cobra Kai just kind of fall? I remember season 5 was just frustrating until you got to near the end. I think season 5 was still like, why are we still arguing? Why can't y'all just talk? But I think season 5, once you got to the part where it was like, once you got to like the part where like Danny Chosen, Johnny were starting to be friends and all that shit, it was like, oh, this is like really enjoyable. I think I felt that way since season 2. I think also when Danny and Johnny started being like more friendly to each other, I was like, oh, this is like a way more enjoyable and tolerable show because like they're talking like adults. You can see their characters be natural. But then they would always force some way for them to argue, no matter how arbitrary it was or how much of this is just like like let's just talk like adults type thing. Yeah. I like season 5's ending. I don't. Ugh. What would be like a cutoff point? I wish we just put season 5 like where season 4 was. I wish we just cut out a season, just put season 4 there. I don't know what you would lose from that, but that's why I put it.
I guess at the end of the day, we were hoping we could decide what the ending was, the quality at least intact. So, yeah. Cobra Kai, everybody, there it is. So, all right.
Wait, Cryptid, what did you think of the series as a whole? Did you like it, or did you enjoy it, or did you think it was bad?
I think if I look back in this series as a whole, I think I'll be enjoying the first couple of seasons better, or at least up until 4, I guess, just to see like
he loved the triangle relationship.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You know, I had so much
Yeah,
hope and build up for Robbie at least during the first couple of seasons. You know.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
we
I'm
brought
gonna let
that
you know right
girl
now.
back. There was a lot of hope. Though.
I'm gonna let you know right now. There was no version of the show where Robbie was gonna come out the Karate Kid. Okay, it was never his. It was Miguel and Johnny's show from the start. Okay, so no hope for it.
Okay.
But
It always amazed me that they pretty much dropped the whole Daniel and Robbie relation. Like
they
what
did.
after season 3? Yeah. Damn, dude.
I mean, it was kind of like once Johnny and Robbie got on the same terms, it would just kind of be like Danny stepping on Johnny's toes. So I get why they got rid of it. You know.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't more that. It was more that Robbie became a mentor to his own kid at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he was mentoring Kenny at first,
Yeah.
the same way Danny mentored him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But I think
So
this
it felt
goes
like
to
after that, him and Danny could have reconnected again, but they really didn't.
But it also goes up to what you were saying, Austin, where it's like Danny doesn't really have a personal relationship with the kids, though, except for Sam.
Yeah, I've been saying that for years. Other than his own son, he tried to put in this life and death tournament. By the way, who when he know his son's ass.
Gotcha. But all right then. I guess that's really it for this review, audience. Yeah. Anybody want to go do some house painting or some sanding later? You know, after this.
That's a game. This all started. Is this all started because an old man taught a teenage boy how to paint a fence, bro? I'm sad.
That's true.
But yeah.
And actually started because Danny wanted to sleep with someone else's girlfriend. Get it right.
Oh yeah. Well, if you want to go back to the roots, you want to go back to the roots, the bitter core. But yeah. All right. But yeah.
Cobra Kai. Wait. Undo the wait. Undo the music. I thought of something.
Okay.
What?
Don't forget, y'all. This season finale finally acknowledged the ending of Karate Kid, where Johnny and Daniel made peace that they've been avoiding for all the rest of the season.
Yeah.
They straight up can show you that Johnny and Danny left on good terms and moved on to life. That the show was avoiding in every other season. They were telling the story of how everything happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Crypto, remember they showed the flashback to the original Karate Kid, and you see that Danny and Johnny are actually cool with each other. Like he's like, "Oh man, you did awesome, LaRusso."
So if you ask them, anytime Danny tells a story, Johnny tells a story, they act like they ended on terrible terms, or that Johnny was still bullying him or something.
Yeah.
And then all you talk about that illegal kick, not the fact that they were friends at the end.
Right.
I think it's funny.
Yeah.
This is the first time they acknowledged it, and it wasn't even them. It was Priest.
It's almost like hey, if these two actually did make peace with each other, like buddies, we wouldn't have gotten a series, So
it's almost like you shouldn't have brought in the flashback of them making peace now.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so music time now.
Yeah, music time now. So.
But yeah, all right, guys. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Fanatic Night News episode. Yeah. Followed by Tuesday. You know what? Which has not been doing? Which excluded? We have been doing Fanatic Nights for 4 days. By the time we're done, it'll be 4 days.
Yes, I know. This is a record for us. So, all right, guys, let's just get some sleep. So, see you all next time, audience.
Later.
See ya.